Have you ever wanted to look into retro games but aren't sure where to begin? Do you ever wonder which classic games stand the test of time and which ones don't hold up? These are some questions that have been bothering me for a while now, and I think it's about time to do something about it. So I'm going through gaming's history one game at a time to find the best games of all time. Welcome to the Gaming Archaeologist. Ninja 5-0, or Ninja Cop as it's called in the PAL regions, which is a much more sensible name if you ask me, is a game that I knew next to nothing about going in, other than that it's a game for the GBA that's apparently good. And after playing through it, I'd say, yeah, it's pretty good. The setup is fairly straightforward. There's some bad guys doing bad stuff, you're a ninja, and you have to sort it out. You do this by making your way through the various levels, dispatching the bad guys, rescuing hostages, and collecting keys that let you unlock doors and eventually move on to the next level. The gameplay is simple and straightforward, but it's incredibly well polished and very fun. It has an old school feel to it, and plays like a blend between Ninja Gaiden and Bionic Commando. From Ninja Gaiden it takes ninjas, obviously, as well as the solid controls and over-the-top power-ups you can get. And from Bionic Commando it takes the overall level design and the ability to swing from a hook, and reach areas you couldn't get to just by jumping. And this may be slightly controversial, but I actually think that Ninja 5-0 is better than both Ninja Gaiden and Bionic Commando. While those games were good, they were unfortunately held back by a lot of archaic systems that were common in retro games. Ninja 5-0 feels like a spiritual successor to many of those games, from its minimalist story to its simple but refined gameplay, but it improves on what those games established by updating it with modern design. There are no live systems, no instant death traps, no limited continues, no obnoxiously long levels, no awkward controls, none of the things that made older games a chore. Just you and a series of structured challenges that are well paced and designed. If you die, you just have to start the level again, and none of the levels are long enough for that to be a big deal. The main thing that the game does embrace about retro games is the high difficulty. Even easy mode is a challenge, and it can be frustrating at times. But I never got angry because every time I messed up, it was due to a mistake on my part, and not because the game was unfairly designed. Thus, it makes you all the more determined to keep trying until you succeed, and the game is fun enough to make you want to keep going no matter how many times you die. The only real problem with the game is that it's pretty short. There are only 12 levels in total, and while the game does have some replayability, with higher difficulty modes and a time trial feature, it would have been nice to have some more levels to play around in. But the levels it does have are incredibly fun, and I think it's better for a game to leave you wanting more than to overstay its welcome, so I can wholeheartedly recommend it. It may not be for everyone, but I enjoyed it, and if you're looking for a fun but challenging 2D platformer, this game is for you. My final score is a 7 out of 10. So what do you think? Have you played Ninja 5-0? What's your favorite game about ninjas? Whatever you think, be sure to let me know in the comments below. If you like what I do, feel free to subscribe and follow me on Twitter. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.